All right, Cancerians, let's see what's going on for you. This is your Ancestor message for the month of May. All of these are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So take a look at your Moon, Rising, or Venus sign and write down a little bit about each of these videos and then try to pull the information together. That's more, like way more personalized information that you can get from general readings. It's a good way to do it, okay? It's a good way to do it, to cross-reference all of these readings. All right, let's see where we go here for you. Cancerians, what's coming up? Enchanted Fern Grotto, Refuge, love her dress. Ooh, love that dress, isn't that pretty? Enchanted Fern Grotto, that's Refuge. Spirit Guardian of the Winter, Retreat. I'm sensing a theme here. And Earth Spirit Stability, yes. All right, so stability is a big theme right now. We are having a full moon eclipse in Scorpio. The reason I'm talking about stability, Earth sign is the opposite sign is Taurus. And so when we have eclipse season is about activation energy. And, you know, when you start to learn or when you want to learn more about astrology, you start to see things in pairs. Scorpio and Taurus are connected. All right. They are connected by this idea of stability and change. So stability through change, or when I'm going through change, how can I create stability? These themes are shown in both Scorpio and Taurus, but the energy is very different. Scorpio, hey, no, Scorpio a shadow side of Scorpio can really show some lack mentality. When Scorpio feels strong, it's that they can sort of roll through transformation. It's like, this is what I do. And I feel very stable moving through the changes of my life. Taurus is that earth energy. They really feel very comfortable. So when you have the ability to feel stable, you can weather change. You don't have to be like buffeted around by that. The shadow side of that is Taurus can sometimes really want to cling on and hold on to things that have been happening. And how does this impact you, Cancerians? Well, as a water sign, you are a cardinal water sign. So you are someone who wants to move forward or take action on your feelings. And fixed signs of Scorpio and Taurus kind of have a hard time with that. So Scorpio, full moon this Friday, you might have an easier time of it, Cancer, moving through this scorpionic change energy because you are cardinal water. You're like okay with taking on or showing your feelings or getting yourself out there. Now, this energy is really about pulling back. So the Scorpio energy about going inward, you kind of align with that too because you're water sign. Just in general about being very intuitive and being very aware of your inner feelings. And there may be a message here for you to, instead of doing that cardinal energy about speaking your feelings or getting yourself out there, it may be a time for you to speak them internally to yourself or go inward during this purge, during this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse purge. Okay. Wednesday, May 3rd, I'm doing a morning message that's going to talk a lot about this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse. Eclipse energy is activation energy. So anything that is still needing to be transformed is going to be transformed between now and the middle of the summer. We have another scorpionic energetic energy in the middle of summer where we have the North Node in Taurus, South Node in Scorpio, changing signs. So there's going to be more energy to that. So think of this as like kind of bookends. I know it's not two lunar cycles, but North Node and South Node are nodes of the moon. Okay. So there is an alignment there. So this might be saying to you, it's really time, the ancestors are saying, it's really time to, instead of be the one that speaks their feelings, maybe it's time for you to pull inward and give someone else a chance to say how they feel. All right. And no matter what they say, you have inner stability. Okay. No matter what they say. So yeah. So I'm getting this beautiful 10 of Cups energy. The 2 of Wands. Oof. I felt like this was coming. This is transformative energy. And there's the Queen of Pentacles here. So definitely a sense of, are you gaining your sense of stability externally? Okay, that's a theme that's going on right now. And if there's a situation that has changed your internal stability, it's not about money, it's not about external stuff. It's about how happy am I in my own right? Whether, whatever, sometimes people's happiest moments, what's coming up for me is when a couple is first married and maybe they're super young and they don't have a lot of stuff or money or anything like that, but everything they do is like fun and, really about being together and everything like that. And later on, when we have a lot of stuff and we're traveling a lot and we're kind of pulled apart, it can be useful to remember that the real connection is inside, like between the two of us, and that's how we want to reconnect with each other. If some of you are feeling like, wow, how we got so far away from that feeling of nice interconnectedness. The Knight of Wands, definitely some movement here. Eight of Swords, the Three of Cups, Seven of Cups in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords, and the outcome is the Magician. So this is Mercury energy. This can be about your own health and well-being. This is connected to Virgo, and it's also connected to Gemini. So how you speak, what you're saying out loud, and also Virgo energy about your habits and routines. Are there any habits and routines that are really separating you from your from your stability? Are you looking externally at people and stuff, and that's where the stability lies? Or whether there's anything external to you or not, right? Tower. You still feel stable. So this reminds me of a person I know who is very talented, and wherever this person goes, they're able to, make money. They're able to create their life. It's sort of like they've been a little bit of a vagabond, and finding their home in the world in different places because they've wanted to travel. They feel at home in the world. Okay. And they don't need to drag a lot of stuff with them because they are their stuff, right? They internally are their stuff. I almost feel like there's a sense of transition here coming from a place of getting over confusion. I'm not relying on other people so much for my stability. I'm connecting with them now to be in joyful energy, right? That's what I find to be the riches of my life, is my relationships, not necessarily how much stuff or how big my house is or anything like that. Like there may be a changing of the guard here. What's internal to you? And I almost feel like this Knight of Wands, you're showing up as the Knight of Wands, which is about movement and change. This is fire energy. This is Sagittarian energy. So this is about, do you believe yourself to be, like a turtle, like carrying your home with you, or does it have to be a physical location? Are you finding a lot of security because you're in a community? And a lot of people find lots of stability in communities, but people move away and other people have their own stuff and everything like that. And it can really upend your feeling of stability if you're counting on people to stay, or you're counting on things to stay the same. Why can't things stay the same? And then people who believe that feel very upended when the world changes, right? Which it does constantly. There's no such thing as like, yeah, let's go back to where I grew up, Randall Drive, and that needs to be exactly the same for the rest of eternity. Those same people need to live there. I'm like, okay, they're all gone now. But Randall Drive's still there. The houses are still there. It still exists, but it's different vibe now because different people, different experiences. So this is really about knowing where your security comes from. And I think this is about building your internal security. I also feel like there may be some people or friends or partners passing through your life right now. And so that's why this is sort of showing up. It needs to be like not about external stuff. It needs to be about what's internal. And then the Magician is a single energy, right? It's the ace, or it's the one card in the major arcana. So let me clarify the Magician, please. Knight of Cups, new opportunities. There's the World. Lovers in reverse, and the King of Wands. Wow. Okay. So, some of you have a potential partner in another part of the world, or another a love partner, or somebody that is calling to you to move, to take action and move, right? Cardinal water, take action and move. Remember what I said about not being the one to share your feelings first? I think that still holds. I feel like there's an opportunity coming up here very suddenly, quite suddenly, where you might up sticks and move in the world, like big move. We're not talking about a couple blocks away. We're talking about, moving to Spain. We're talking about moving to California. We're talking about whatever. We're talking about moving far away from wherever you are right now, where you've created some kind of stability, some kind of retreat. In the summer, I mentioned kind of in the summer about the North Node and South Node moving out of Taurus and Scorpio, respectively, moving into Aries. North Node's moving into Aries because North Node is always in retrograde. So North Node moves into Aries and South Node moves into Libra. So what we're being prepared for right now is, how are you going to be in relationship or not be in relationship? So if for the past 30 years of your life, everything has been about the other people in your life, maybe now we're shifting into a time when it's got to be about your independence, taking action on what you want to do, create your own stability. Or if you've been kind of alone for a long time and actually isolating, not just being alone and like, oh, I got my friends, but really isolating. Now this energy of the North Node, which is impacting all of us, right? It's an energy in a transit. So it's moving around and all of us are being activated by this. Every single eclipse season, we're being activated to go through these lessons. Whatever we learned with Taurus and Scorpio, our stability and our change, we're now being asked to use as tools in our relationships or on our own. So somebody who is always thinking that their stability comes from having lots of people or lots of staff or lots of connections or something like that, now all of a sudden has to strike out on their own. Someone who has always been a very kind of a loner, feeling like they have to make life on their own, can suddenly be surrounded by terrific options for new partners and new people. So Cancer, whichever one you are, you may be not seeing this lesson coming up or not seeing this opportunity coming up. I think this is an opportunity. I think if you look at it like, oh man, I've been this way for such a long time and I'm holding on to it, right? Taurus and Scorpio are fixed energy, so they can hold on to things in this transit, and you can find yourself holding on to stuff. Now we're being asked to be more cardinal, because Aries and Libra are cardinal, just like you are cardinal energy. Cardinal, Aries, Libra, you, Cancer, and Capricorn are cardinal energy. That means I take a start. I make a start. I'm the leader. I'm the one that does the thing. I'm the one that is in the front of the line. I'm the one that makes everybody move along or helps everybody get ready for school or helps everybody, feel nurtured in a certain situation. But now there's a kind of a role reversal here, where you're getting an opportunity to really be loved by a group of people if you've been on your own, or if you've been all, about a group of people, you're going to need to take some kind of action independently. This is a big change. I almost feel like some of you are moving out of a community that you're very comfortable with, and you're moving into something that's very, very different. So I think the ancestors are saying, listen, whatever you have kind of amassed in this community or as part of this, like your reputation or people know who you are, right? Like I grew up in a town where I went from K through 12 with the same kids. 95% of us went K through 12 together. Okay, there's only a few kids that showed up, and I still remember Craigstag showing up in 8th grade. We're at our 40th high school anniversary or reunion, and he's still the new kid. Okay, so somebody who's had an experience like that in small town or something like that, where everybody knows your name, cheers, right? Everybody knows your name, going to a whole new place. You can invent yourself however you want to invent yourself. And you can be sort of now free of a lot of things that held you back, right? Because sometimes when we're in those communities, who we are isn't necessarily a comfort. It can also be holding us back from changing, from evolving, from becoming who we're here to be. So you're definitely getting that energy here. And I like this energy here because this is Aries energy. This is, King of Wands is about really taking action and choosing to do what you want to do. Maybe the kids have all gone to college. What is it that you want to do? All right, so let's continue on. In the extended, I will pull some cards around gifts from the ancestors. They're, sort of giving you this like, hey, the things are changing. And so what kind of gifts might this open up in you, or what is to come on this path? All right. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.